On Wednesday, February 22nd, a special unit from the Israeli army raided the town of Nablus in the northern occupied Palestinian West Bank, and they killed 11 Palestinians and wounded 102 more. The Israelis say we had to do what we did because we were going after two wanted Palestinians, in reference to Palestinian freedom fighters in the town. As you know, there has been a lot of resistance activities in the West Bank as of late, to the point that many analysts are speaking about an imminent armed rebellion. In fact, that armed rebellion is already there. It's present in Jenin, in Nablus, in Hebron, in Balata, in Shafat, and elsewhere. But if the Israeli logic was correct, and they needed to kill, supposedly with no due process, of course, these two wanted Palestinians, why kill the 9 others? They included 2 elder gentlemen and a child. And why wounding 102 more? Included many people who are of old age, children, and women. Now, this is presented in mainstream media as if it is an isolated incident. Israel, of course, is always giving the space to clarify and explain its logic, and Palestinians are either completely absent from the picture or are allowed very small spaces to express their views on the issue. But what the media is not telling us is that since January 1st of this year, 62 Palestinians were killed by the Israeli military, mostly in Jenin, in Nablus, in Balata, in Shafat, and elsewhere. Why is this the case? Why the Israeli escalation? The other thing is that the United Nations have reported that last year was the bloodiest year in the West Bank since 2005. That was the end of the second Palestinian uprising, or Intifada. Now, of course, Palestinians in Gaza retaliated to the Israeli massacre in Nablus, firing few rockets towards Israel. That did not really lead to any damage of property, and of course no wounded or dead Israelis were reported as a result. Israel immediately came and bombed Gaza, bombing many targets, did not kill anyone, but causing much damage. Of course, the Israeli view is that we are retaliating. But the Palestinians say, but why don't we have to retaliate against Israeli crimes carried out by the occupation army in the West Bank? And why American and Western media accepting the Israeli logic at face value? After all, Israel is an occupation regime. It's an apartheid regime, not only by the admission of Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, and other international human rights organizations, but by Israel's own rights organization, B'Tselem. Why shouldn't Palestinians have the right to defend themselves while Israel, the occupier, the military regime, and the apartheid regime has every right to defend its citizens against Palestinians? And by citizens, of course, I'm using the term quite loosely. We are talking about illegal and armed Jewish settlers who have been moved to the West Bank and East Jerusalem in violation of international law. So next time the media tells you that a Palestinian has attacked a group of Israeli soldiers or settlers without providing you with any context, please remember what I just said. There is always a context, and people who are under military occupation have every right to defend themselves. This was Ramzi Baroud with the Palestine Chronicle.